In the Torah, the instructions given to the people of Israel by the Lord, it instructs the people of Israel to appear before the Lord 3 times a year, what is called in Hebrew, Shlosh HaRegalim, meaning the 3 times you walk up to see God at His temple. And it gives Israel specific instructions to what to do when you come to appear before the Lord. It says every male must come before God 3 times a year. He wants to see you. And He tells you specifically, no one is to appear before me empty-handed. Because, well, quite simple, the Lord gives you. He gave you life. He gave you a blessing. He blessed your vineyards. He blessed your fields. He blessed your crops. He blessed your livestock. Now it's time for you to give a thanksgiving, to give credit where it is due, to bring a tithe, a portion of what was given to you, to represent the fact that everything was given to you and everything belongs to God. We just get to enjoy it. It's His planet, His creation, His atoms, His molecules. Everything is His. Your very life is His. You do not belong to you. So we come before Him with a gift to represent what was given to us and what have we done with what was given to us. We were given land. How did we cultivate it? What did we do with it? How did we grow the vineyards? How did we tend to the land and the flock and the sheep? A very similar story to the parable of the talents. 3 servants were given talents. 1 got 1, 1 got 2, 1 got 5. And when the master returned, he wanted them to give an account. Bring up a gift. What did you do? I've given you something. What did you do with it? The one with the 5 made another 5. Wow, good job. Good and faithful servant. The one with the 2 got another 2. Good job, good and faithful servant. The one with the 1 was a wicked and lazy servant. He took the talent that was given to him, and instead of doing it with it something, he just buried it in the ground. And the owner said, well, you could have at least put it in the bank so it gets some interest. Whatever that meant in those days, I don't know. But it could have done something with it. Even if you haven't doubled it like the other. Maybe you didn't get an extra talent. Maybe you would have gotten 10% on it. At least you would have done something according to your talent. But instead, you did nothing. You showed up before me empty-handed. Meaning, you are ungrateful. You're lazy. I've given you the talent. You didn't have to come up with your money, with your land, with your vineyards, with your sheep. I've given those things to you to be fruitful and multiply. But you've done nothing with it. You're lazy and you're wicked, ungrateful. Instead, he went and did all kinds of things to satisfy the flesh. You did nothing. And now the punishment, that 1 talent was taken from him, given to the one with the 5, and he was punished. Why? He showed up empty-handed. He was ungrateful, unthankful, and the Lord despises such qualities in a man. Be grateful. Gratefulness goes hand in hand with thankfulness, and that goes with righteousness. Are you not grateful? You were given the breath of life. You're given your physical body on earth. You're given food. You're given something. We all have gifts. Spiritual gifts, talents, things that we can do. Some are more artistic, some are more scientific, some are mathematical, some have a gift in the kitchen for cooking or baking or working in the land, some have a gift for engineering, some have a gift for singing and musical, articulate, some are all kind of gifts that we have been given. And above all are the spiritual gifts, which are the fruit of the Spirit, that we are supposed to multiply, as says very clearly in Scripture. Kindness, patience, gentleness, faithfulness, graciousness, compassion, mercy, above all, love. Good qualities of the Spirit that we are to produce, be fruitful and multiply, have fruit, bear fruit. Yeshua said, I am the vine, you are the branches. The branches need to bear fruit. He said, apart from me, you can do nothing. You cannot bear fruit, but with me, you're supposed to. In another place, he said, every tree that does not bear good fruit will be chopped down and thrown into the fire. Why don't you bear fruit? Why don't you expand your talents? Why do you show up empty-handed? Nobody was given nothing. Everybody was given something. And the judgment is just, meaning the one who was given much, much more will be required. If you have been given 5, well, why did you only come back with 1? You were given 5. The one with 5 got 5 more. The one with 2 got 2 more. He didn't get 5 more. Every man according to his talent, according to what he was given. What did you do with it? See, too many times we compare the one with 1 and the one with 5, and we think we're supposed to produce as much as the next guy. Well, man, he's super righteous. I can't do what he does. Well, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do what you can do with God. The competition is never between you and someone else. It's between you and you. To be the best that you were created to be. Some are tall, some are short. We all have different roles and different expectations and different forms of judgment. If you're smarter than me, you can achieve so much more in the intellectual side, things that I cannot even comprehend, but you got a PhD in rocket science, right? I can't do those things. You can, and you will be judged accordingly. But what did you do with what you were given? And that's the judgment, why it is just. It's on a sliding scale for each individual based on what he was given. So, many times people look at those who were born ill, Down syndrome, autistic people, etc., right, as some sort of a curse. Well, I, as a matter of fact, as a man of God, stand to believe that they are actually very blessed, because the bar for them is extremely low in the sense that what they have to accomplish. If you noticed, most of those Down syndrome children, they're very kind and gentle. They don't have that evil desire like normal, healthy human beings. For them, the scale of judgment is extremely low compared to you. Not much is required because, well, they weren't given as much as you, intellectually speaking. Even though spiritually speaking, they are much wealthier than you. And they will receive a much more favorable judgment than you. In other words, you would have been better off being born with Down syndrome than one who is not, and yet does not follow and does not do what is just and right. Because so much more is required of you. You can understand. You have wisdom and discernment. You can understand the word I'm telling you. You can comprehend righteousness. They, not so much. You can understand God, Torah, religion. They cannot, so how can they be judged the same as you? They're going to get mercy and grace. Not so much with you. Everybody bring a gift according to what they have been given. If you only have 1 talent, like I said, you're only required to bring 1 talent. God is not expecting you to bring 5. That's not your measure. Your measure is to do what you can do by the Spirit of God, not by your strength and by your might, because that was the whole point of Yeshua. You can't do anything without me. It is the Spirit of God, like he told Zerubbabel, not by power nor by might, but by my Spirit. You have to be connected to the vine, to the root, to have his Spirit within you. And then you're supposed to be willing and obedient to allow him to use you to produce fruit. So that when the day of judgment comes, and it does come, you will not show up empty-handed and be cast into the fire as a wicked and lazy servant. Now, nobody wants that to happen. But if judgment is just, well, you show up empty-handed. What is he supposed to do with you? You could have at least done something, We often say the goal is not to go to heaven. That's just like the entry line. That's just like, okay, you're born, right? But then what? We have an eternity. That's eternity. Don't you want to do something significant? Don't you want to accomplish something? Don't you want to be what you were created to be in the fullness thereof? You will be given a position based on what you do here and now. You are judged accordingly. To whom much is given, much more will be required, and much more will be given. He said, to the servant who is faithful with a little, I will make him ruler over a lot. It's all about the justice of God, and it makes sense when you think about it from a rational, logical standpoint. God is rational, he's logical, he's reasonable. We often help you understand that life here is a test, really, to allow us to reveal our hearts. The Lord tests the heart. Yes, we suffer, we go through all kinds of things. Doesn't make sense, like the book of Job, right? But above all, we are to serve God with joyful hearts, with thanksgiving, with gratefulness, no matter the circumstance. Always do what's right, in season and out of season, to be a witness, to be the light of the world, to bear good fruit and good works for Papa, so that when the day of judgment comes, we have some gifts. We don't come with one apple, we bring a whole basket, and then some more. We bring truckloads of gifts for Papa, because why not? If he has given us the talent to produce as much, why would we not produce as much as we are capable of, unless we are lazy and wicked? Think about it. If you work for a company, a corporation, they give you, whatever, leads, etc. Well, don't you want to follow up on every lead? They give you 100 leads, you only call 3? That doesn't make sense. Why didn't you follow up with the 97? You left money on the table. Don't you want to exhaust every possibility, every option? That's what you're paid for. That's your job. Now, surely, we're flawed, so we're not going to reach that 100% mark of perfection, and we're not supposed to. Again, each according to his talent. So the Lord knows you're mentally off, so well, that's what grace is for, so that the judgment is just with that accommodation, but you still have to perform as best as you can with what you have and what you are. We know you're a little off, but well, that's okay. What did you do still? Despite you being off, did you do something? Did you do anything? Did you push yourself? Did you grow in anything? Remember, judgment is just, and for most of us, we're not going to like the outcome. Because the truth is, just or not, most people are just lazy. They are stubborn, they are rebellious, they are complacent, they just don't take God serious. And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because if you fear God, you would fear him more than your boss at your company. And if your boss is giving you backlashes for not following up on leads, what do you think God is going to do? When he gives you talents, he gives you the word, he gives you wisdom, he gives you musical songs, an instrument, and you're not worshiping, you're not teaching others to worship, you don't share the good news, you don't tell people your testimony, you don't do good works, you don't follow up with the sick and the needy and the homeless and the poor, you're not loving, you're not compassionate, you're not faithful, you're in and out. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. What is all of this? That's how most people are. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who actually walks a straight line consistently over a long period of time. Most people are so inconsistent nowadays. Sure, they do something right one day, but then 2 weeks later, where did they go? And then a month later, they're back again. And you say, oh, great, you're back? Yeah, but when they go off. That wouldn't work in any occupation, but that's how you walk with God. It's not going to end well for you. Even if you do go to heaven, which is the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, you're going to be like the janitor. How would you like to clean toilets for eternity? You got to think about these things. As we say, think about your future. Not your earthly future, but your heavenly one.